So loud. It is so loud. It's good though. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Long conversation.
Okay, Nate, you're the host.
Cool. Sounds good. Alrighty. So yeah, if people just trickle in, I'll just get them updated. But since there's
Nate, I can't hear you.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, let's see. Oh, that's probably a lot better.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
that works.
Cool. Okay. So what I what I do is in the all hands meeting, like whenever we have one for like our company, I'll just completely mute myself because I don't trust the mute on the microphone. So sometimes I forget to unmute it. So apologies there. But yeah, I mean, since we have just a couple people, I'll just go over some basic stuff over websites. But I'd be more than happy to kind of answer like more specific questions if you get them. This will be a bit more informal. So if you think of something, just definitely interrupt me. I don't mind. That's totally fine with me. So without further ado, I will start sharing my screen here. And first things first, just a quick refresher. Actually, let me go back to just remax.net. To get into MaxTech powered by KV Core, we're gonna look for the platform MaxTech powered by KV Core button as shown below here to the right. You can also find it under apps and tools. So once you click that, you'll get a screen that will look similar to this one. Excuse me. I think I muted it in time, so we're good. But currently I'm in a test account here, so information is going to look a little bit different. You'll probably see some like New York MLS listings, things like that, but the functionality is going to be pretty similar. And are you guys following along, or are you just listening to me yap for a little bit?
I'm following you.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. So like and if I speed up or something, just let me know and I can kind of go backwards a little bit if I start going a little too fast. So first things first, if you just want to know what your website is, like as just a Remax agent and a team that everyone has a free Remax website, if you click the top right here where your name is, it will be the globe looking link right here, and then it can take you directly to the website. That's just if you just want to see what it is and like kind of what the syntax of that actual URL is here. So it looks like this one's just bougeagent10.remax.com. We're using Angie Agent today. So you'll see her name pop up in a few different places here when we're doing some customization and whatnot. But let me go back to the MaxTech powered by KV Core platform. And for the record, I am using Google Chrome. So that's kind of, if your layout looks a little bit different, that's probably why. But I'll be using Google Chrome for the majority of this tutorial. So to actually get into the settings of MaxTech powered by KV Core's website, what we're going to do is we're going to hover over this kind of rectangle-ish icon on the left-hand side in the menu, and then we're going to hover over and then just click this website manager button here. Again, this is also where you can find your agent website. So it looks like this one's just bougeagent10.remax.com. If you are part of a team, you will have access to your team website as well. And if you just click this bougeagent10.remax.com up here, if you were part of a team, you'd see your team website listed under this as well. And again, that's just in the top left of this website manager in KV Core. Any questions so far in navigating to your website or just getting into MaxTech? Pretty straightforward. Sounds good. And like I said, if you guys think of something, just definitely feel free to interrupt me. No worries there. Just want to make sure that you guys are getting your questions answered as efficiently as possible. I also have the chat turned on, so if like Jen, say if you just want to type out your question or anything like that, I'll be monitoring the chat as well, so I can see it there. Few things for the website. Let's scroll down. It's actually not scroll down. Let's go into edit settings here. So we're under website manager, and then we're going to click this edit settings button. You can also just go hover over the website manager and then go to website settings as well. A few different ways to get to the same place for the most part. So under website settings here, there is quite a bit of information. Not really super digestible. It's just kind of, just an info dump of information on what you want to change. Let me scroll back to the top here. So if you just want to find something specifically in this website's page, look for what you want to do. Let's say we want to change the listing carousel. So instead of open houses here, let's do just listed. So if we go back to website settings here, and then go to listing carousels on the left-hand side. And it looks like open houses is the one that's displaying. So we're going to change this open houses to, just say my listings. Since it's a test account, it might not actually show any listings, but we'll see what happens. Just wanted to kind of show you guys how to utilize this this menu on the left-hand side to find specifically what you want to look for in the website settings. Going back to the top here, I'm going to click the search. You can also just search the specific setting that you want to look for as well. Just wanted to show you guys how many different ways you can do stuff. So I know it is a little confusing there, but you have a search button or you have this menu here. When MaxTech powered by Cubicle first came out, there was only one template for agent websites or just office websites in general. Now we are up to seven or eight. Let's see. Yeah, we're up to 7 different templates. So if you don't want to change anything like really specifically, you just kind of want to change like the basic layout of it and just call it a day. That is totally fine. And you can just click whichever pro template you want to use or default template, and then just make sure you're clicking that save button. And then that will be changed for you. It should take about 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes up to 20 minutes, but changes on your website settings are typically pretty fast. Let's view a couple different templates before. You don't have to just change your complete website to see any changes. So if you just click some of this, like this view button in the bottom right of the templates, it'll show you more so kind of what your website is going to look like when you change that actual template itself. So you don't have to completely change everything, publish it, change it back, all that fun stuff. Moving along here in some of the website settings. This is the background image selector. These are all stock photos if you want to use them. Like maybe this villa might not be the best one for Vernon. I'm not sure. I've never been to Vernon, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a whole bunch of stuff to choose from, but you can upload your own background image just below here, and it kind of gives you the specific dimensions of that background image that you want to use. A cool thing to note that I like to let people know about is if we go to actually template down here, instead of just a background, you can actually make your background a video for any YouTube video that'll just kind of play on repeat, and no, it won't play any ads. So if I go back to the website here, this entire background cover photo could be an actual like maybe like a bird's eye view of Vernon or something like that. Whatever you guys think of, but something to make your website a little bit more dynamic. Let me go back here, and that's under template. I know it's a little confusing because we were just up and under search and like general under background, but if you want to change that video or change your background image to the video, just click that template button, then go to background video YouTube ID right here. Any questions so far? I know I've just been talking at you guys for what, 9 minutes straight here.
And
Everyone's
everybody
go
knows
ahead.
that, sorry, Jen, can you hear me? I was just gonna say that everybody knows
Yes.
that we've got those photos too. That
Ron Martin.
yeah, by Ron and Martin. Okay. You knew about them too, Jen?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Nate, I have a question. How come
Yeah.
on both houses, they come up with areas that are not, like it's Kelowna, Malaqua, like before I was getting other provinces, at least now it's narrow.
I think we put in like a request to have that changed.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, I'm working with Krista and Michelle with support on that, so that'll be fixed pretty soon here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely one of our items, so should be good to go there pretty soon. Good question though. Sweet. I will just I'll keep going on some of the website stuff that you can do. I won't go too in depth on the website settings because I mean there's a whole bunch of stuff to cover here, but I did just want to make note of like some of the quick changes that you can do to spruce up your website. So scrolling down just a little bit more here, there's different things that you can do. If you want to change like the different titles, so what I mean by titles is like these different things up here. Also the title, New York homes for sale right here. If you want to change that, that's where under website title, that's where you'll be able to change it. Won't cover too much more of this. It's just really specific one-offs if you want to change certain things. So I'm actually going to switch gears. Instead of website settings, we're going to go to, we're going to hover over the website button and then go to website content. So a few different things to note on this page here. I know you guys don't do too much with Zillow reviews and testimonials, so you can ignore that button. You do have to manually add your testimonials. Currently at this time, we are planning on adding Rank My Agent as a added functionality to the testimonials, but that's still in the works. Our developers are working on a few other important items as well before we enter that in. But at the moment, you do have to add your testimonials manually, and that's just under website content. And then this testimonials button here, and then click that add testimonial. And then just add the actual testimonial, who wrote it, and then it'll add. And the testimonials will come up, I believe they'll come up right above the listing carousels here. So let's actually just make a testimonial. I'll do Nate. Which one am I? I'm an Angie. Angie agent was incredible. Oh, if I could type. There we go. Let's go ahead and add it. That might take a few minutes for that to get added, but I'll go over that. We'll see where that gets added on the website in just a moment here. Service areas and SEO, this is a pretty important function in MaxTech powered by KB course. So we're under site content under websites, and then we're going to go into service areas and SEO here. So this is every different city in the MLS at the moment. I mean, currently this one's just a New York MLS, so you guys will definitely see different data. But if we click this remove all from this list here, looks like it's gonna get mad at me because it's a test account. But if you guys add all cities in MLS here, you will have a search engine optimization in your service area set so that when people type in homes for sale in Vernon, BC, you'll be a part of those Google search results. So pretty important tool to know about service areas and search engine optimization here. Also, if you have a specific neighborhood or anywhere that you don't see on this list, you can add as many as you want. So let's see, let's just type in Brooklyn. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it'll Looks like it's just pulling up neighborhoods just because of the MLS, but let's just do Brooklyn Flats NY neighborhood. And then now there's an additional service area. So if people type in that neighborhood in Google searches, your website is more likely to be displayed on that page of search results. Now, the stipulation is that Google search results are still heavily based on popularity and clicks. So whoever's clicking the top link is going to get the top spot. So more clicks you get, the better your search engine optimization will be. To boil it down, I just recommend putting everything in the MLS and then anywhere specifically that you do business in if you don't see it in the list that automatically populates. Any questions on service areas and SEO so far?
Sorry, Nate, how do you get all of them? Like I have 9, because I think I manually put them in.
In the top right, where
Yeah.
under service areas and SEO, does it say add cities from MLS or does it say remove all from this list?
It says remove all from this list.
Interesting. So add all cities in MLS here. In that case, I would just go ahead and add any of the other areas. It might just be that the board is only going to let us put in like 8 or 9 different service areas, which is certainly possible. Because not all boards have, what is this, 600 search engine.
I've
service
got
areas.
40 in mine.
I got 22.
I think I just went into our MLS and I took all of the
Oh,
neighborhoods
okay.
that you can
In the
choose
North
from. Yeah, the North Okanagan, and I just put them all in
Search
there.
each of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I threw them in that way.
Yeah, so it looks from the sounds of it, it sounds like a lot of that stuff needs to be entered manually. Some MLSs are stingy with their data to be fully transparent, so that might be what's going on here. But yeah, you might have to add some stuff manually, but once it's in there, you don't have to change it. So it's in there for good. So there might be some manual work. I think Krista was saying that, so she might be a good resource as well. Sorry to volunteer you, Krista, but
That's okay.
She's off duty tomorrow. It's good.
Yeah, it's
She'll have
fine.
more time to go.
perfect.
Michelle's back tomorrow, Nate.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Well, the ship didn't sink, so everything's fine. Very nice. Good questions though. So any other questions on SEO or I'll keep going on to some of the website settings. Alrighty. Under site content, we have one other page and it's called custom pages here down to the left-hand side. Custom pages are pages that can either be linked to your website or completely external websites. Currently, this account has a mobile app page, and where you find custom pages are in the top menu here of the website. So if you had a custom page, it's going to add a link to a specific page, whatever you want. And let's click this mobile app here and let's see what happens. So it looks like it's already built out, so that's pretty cool. Let me go back here. And then if we want to edit that actual custom page, we just click this edit button to the right. And looks like this was sent in from a template, but let's see. So if you want to add, let's say like, maybe you want to add like a featured area or like a specific neighborhood that you do the majority of your business in, you can maybe make a custom page that says like homes in whatever neighborhood that is. And then you can it's pretty customizable. There's a lot that you can do with this function here. Let's see. You can add images, hyperlink. I mean, if you even have some HTML embeds, which I'll go over in just a second, you can add those into custom pages as well. It looks like someone actually like manually built this out, so I don't think this will be like just a template that we can look at and then add. So it looks like some trainer did completely build this out. But worth noting that this is all under the editor. So if you see something that's incorrect in all of this, you can just start typing and changing whatever you need to, or I can just delete everything on accident. Let's click cancel. Okay, we're good. I almost had a heart attack. All right. So since everything's here, let me scroll down just a little bit more. Um, like I was just saying, if you want it just to be a completely external page, maybe it's like maybe you're doing like a fundraiser or something, and it's like a sign up now, click here for a fundraiser. I don't know, I'm sure you guys have better um better things to put there, but that's the best that I can think of. You can just put that extra link to that external page, and then when someone clicks that button on the top here, they will get just immediately directed to that external page. Some of the options here, the slug, I wouldn't worry about too much. That's generated automatically. The slug is whatever is to the right of the website. So let me click this mobile app here. And then this is the slug. I can't really zoom in too much, but if you see this resources mobile app, that's what the slug is. So that'll get generated automatically, but if you do want to change it, you certainly can. The meta tag description, also optional. It's pretty, I mean, definitely getting into the more advanced stuff here. But the meta tag description is, if we hover over this, it's not working. But the meta tag description is pretty much what's going to pop up when people hover over the mobile app here. I wouldn't worry too much about the meta tag description. Honestly, it's not even required. It is optional. Same with some keywords, and if you want to add an actual like property feed or an RSS, which is typically a blog feed, you can do that here. I would recommend putting it in the actual blog section, which we'll go over in just a moment. But the last thing under custom pages is add to child sites. So this is more for kind of broker focused. So the parent site is going to be the office website, the child site or be the agent websites. So if Chris or Michelle built out some custom page that they wanted to add to everyone's account, they could just add to child sites, and then everyone will have access to that custom page. Again, that's mainly just for broker purposes and managerial purposes, but it is still there for functionality. I won't change any of that. Moving along here. So we've covered some of the website settings, the manager, the content. We're going to kind of go over blog and embeds. I won't spend too much time on those because they are pretty advanced and just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. I don't want to make things too confusing. But let's go to the blog function here. Looks like they have a test blog that's entered in already. So to add a post here, you just click this button to the right-hand side. The title, yes, it does have to be unique because it can't just be the exact same title for the blog. You do have to change it, but if you do have certain content for a blog, you can add it in here and then set the date and time or the publish date. If you're running out of time, save as the draft or publish now. Pretty self-explanatory, but I will cancel out here. And then if you build an actual blog post, you can see you can do a few things with it. One thing you can do is just copy the actual post. So if you want to just change a few different things in the blog post, zoom in a little bit more here. So if you just want to copy the post and add just a couple things, you can click this little copy button here, or you can see what the blog post actually looks like once you have created it with this square with the arrow pointing to the right. And looks like they made a little relocating to Denver blog post with just some information in there and a bunch of branding as well, which is automatic. But just one quick thing to note about custom pages and blogs and whatnot. This property search button or whatever widget, whatever you want to call it, that's always going to be there. That's just part of like the branding of the page. So if you're trying to get rid of it, you're kind of out of luck, unfortunately. It's just part of the whole template. So it's always going to be there. But if they use this property search, it'll still since you're under an agent website, you'll still get access to that lead. But just wanted to make sure you guys know that like this is pretty much always going to be there. It's just part of the branding. You zoom out a little bit more. Any questions before I go on to the embeds of the website functions?
Nate, where does the blog actually show up? Like, if I look at my homepage of my website,
So,
tab that says blog.
good
Or-
question. So it's going to be under this little kind of widget towards the center of the page here. So if I just scroll down just a little bit, and by default, it's going to put this latest blog posts kind of icon, and then it'll put any of those some of those blog posts here. If you have, let's say you have like 10 different blog posts, you'll have a little arrow to the right here that you can scroll through like which blog posts there are. But it's typically going to be under the featured properties widget.
You don't actually see it until you've actually done a blog, and then it'll show up.
Is it under
Correct.
the resources drop down, like at the top?
So resources, it won't be by default.
Or
There's
category.
also your agent, and you can go to blog as well.
But that's only once you've created a blog post.
I think so.
Correct.
I don't see it now.
Yeah, it might take up to like 10 minutes for that to like display live on your site if you add a blog post.
Just profile listings and district.
Really good question. Moving along to embeds here. If you guys don't have any other blog questions, I'm gonna click this embeds here. Again, you can also get to embeds just by hovering the website and then go to website embeds. A couple different ways to get to the same place. A cool feature that we have for free with MaxTech is the QR codes. So that's just something that's nice to know, is that not every KV Core or MaxTech powered by KV Core, and every KV Core user has access to the QR codes for free. So that's something that Remax paid for. That's kind of baked in, which is pretty nice. So if you have like a feature sheet or something, or any sort of marketing material that you want to put a website QR code on, you can just right click, copy this image, and then throw that image into whatever you want, so that when people scan that code, they'll automatically get linked over to your agent website. Similar functionality with any listing under the MLS here to the right-hand side. So I have no idea what's in the New York MLS here, so I'm just going to type in 5 and see what happens. Perfect. Let's use that one. And then it'll generate a QR code for any MLS listing on the MLS. And then when they scan that, they'll get then they'll get directed to, oh my goodness, any of the listings that you want to display. There is a way to add this into the marketing materials and design center, and I can cover that in a little bit, but pretty cool tool to have at our disposal, and that's under website embeds. The rest of these are they're more so just kind of like HTML text for specific widgets. I know there's widgets and embeds, but property search, the embeds are mainly just for like throwing little widgets in different places of the website wherever you want. So this website embed widget right here, this property search. So this is the full size one. This says here, the full size property search widget is going to look like this. It gives you kind of like a preview of what that widget will look like if you want to throw it into a specific place, like a custom page. And then there's the code for the small widget as well. Just, of course, a little bit less. If you go to website widget here, same thing. It just gives you a preview of what the widget would look like if you want to add that anywhere specifically. Same with seller valuation as well. One stipulation about seller valuation is that this is not going to help with lead gen. Seller valuation is not really, it doesn't require an email or phone number. So it's really just kind of for for any consumer to use, and it's not really something that I would recommend using for kind of lead generation, because you can technically get literally no information out of this seller valuation. There's different ways to actually use lead gen for seller valuations, which I can go over if we have time. Those are what's called squeeze pages, seller or landing pages, but won't get too far ahead of myself. I did just want to let you guys know that like it's not, I wouldn't use this for like to bank on different things. It'll just, if someone uses this seller valuation widget, it will just come up as like, hey, someone used this. It's like, great. And it's by design. That's apparently what it's for. It's just saying that people are looking at a specific property or getting their stuff valued. So just wanted to let you guys know about that stipulation there. Widgets here. Widgets are instead of giving you the actual like code to a widget, it'll just add a specific widget for you. So let's say we want to add a featured area widget. So I mean, we can add it where you can use the icon here, and then it'll show you what the preview looks like of that. So if you want to spruce up your website and maybe have select different featured areas that you want, I think you can have up to 9, and you can, if you only have 1, you can also do that as well. But let me exit out of this. Featured area widget default here. So I clicked add under that widget, so it's going to add this to the home page. And I think by default, it's going to give you some North Carolina stuff. So let's actually edit that a little bit. Oh, it won't give us anything. Perfect. So yeah, like I said, there's up to 9, but you can just have 1 featured area if you want. And then just from there, you can build out the specific whatever you want to do with that actual widget. I won't go through this too much here. But hopefully you get the general gist of that. I won't save any changes there. So you have a few different options to choose from here. I mean, you have financing, blog posts, you have a modern blog post feature as well. So instead of just having that latest blog post button, you can have something that looks a little bit more like this. So however you want to kind of spruce up your website, you can certainly do that. But if you're feeling real crazy, you can add your own custom HTML widget. If you guys have some code saved somewhere, you can make your own widget as well. So any questions on widgets, embeds, how life is going, anything? Feeling overwhelmed?
Little maybe.
That's fine. That's understandable. But hopefully, and thankfully this is getting recorded. So if anyone needs to go back and look at a couple of things that we were talking about, we certainly have that option.
Nate, if
Added a featured area.
someone who's just starting out, like what would be the most important things for them to focus on just to get started?
For websites in particular, I think doing the least amount of clicks but having the most changes, if that makes any sense, I would go to settings, and I think picking a template would be the first part, because that's just a couple clicks to change the branding completely however you want it to look. Most people use just the Remax template and the Pro template, but we also have a bunch of other templates as well here that you guys can see. Just for people starting out, I think that's a good way just to spruce up your website quickly with a few clicks without going too crazy into editing there. The other one I would make sure about is if we hover over, if we go back to website content here, I really would make sure that all your service areas and SEO are in there, because you'll have a higher chance of getting your agent website plugged into the Google search results. So those are the 2 things I would make sure that you have. One other thing that I do want to go over, If you have your own, let's say you have like a GoDaddy website and you want to forward that website to KB Core, you can certainly do that. Yes, there is a monthly cost. I think it's like 15 Canadian dollars, but to do so, we are actually going to go to your name in the top right, and then we're going to go to websites here. From here, we're actually going to click this edit subdomain. And just saying, please select the option below. If you were part of a team, you could change the vanity domain for your team as well, but currently it's just the agent account here. So we want to change this trainactagent11.remax.com. It is a little confusing because it says want a new domain, go here to purchase a vanity domain. We do need to click this hyperlink to actually add your registrar. So if we click add to KB Core there, so what it'll do is it'll go through some of this stuff here, just putting in like broker of record, what's your MLS, what's your agent ID, what are you requesting your vanity domain for? Do you have currently email set up through your custom domain? I mean, won't go through all of this, but yeah, it's $11 US monthly, which I think its conversion rates 15, something like that. But once you put in this information, you can have it so that let's say my website is natehartman.ca. So if I go through this process, I can add I can have natehartman.ca automatically forward to this homepage, so I can actually use my agent website as a lead gen, because anyone that signs up to contact your information from here will automatically get thrown into MaxTech powered by KB Core, and then you'll actually have access to that lead instead of having to follow up with something externally, just like in your email inbox. Hopefully, does that make sense? I know that was a lot of rambling. I probably could have explained it a little better, but hopefully that makes sense for you guys.
Sorry, Nate, I kind of got lost at the beginning. Can you just really briefly, so I've got that up where it says my name and my charlotterightagents.ca. If I have a GoDaddy website, I can shellrealestate.ca.
Mhm.
Where is it? Edit subdomain?
Yep, exactly. It's edit subdomain, and then you should have it's going to have a little button here. You just click your agent website, and then this little hyperlink here that says want a new domain, go here to purchase a vanity domain. There we go. And then once you click that, you can go to add to KB Core here. Just scrolling just to see something. So click add to KB Core. And then I believe since you guys, if anyone's at this forum right now, do you guys see a text box that says something about your current registrar and your login for that registrar? Why I'm asking is because this form doesn't have it, and typically it does, and I'm wondering if it's because I'm in a test account or not. You guys might have actual more additional information there. But does that kind of help drive you to the correct spot though, at least?
No.
Yeah, I got lost too, Nate.
Okay. All right, let me go back here. So I guess what screen are you guys looking at the moment?
Just
I think both of us are at,
website
Yeah.
profiles, websites.
Profiles, websites.
Can you see? That's where I'm at. We're at.
Oh, let me see. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Oh my God, can I just? Oh, I see. Okay, so that is, sorry, give me one more second here.
I think we're on the
Okay, gotcha.
same page.
Okay, so let me scroll back here.
Okay.
It looks like you guys are. So it looks like you guys had an image on the left-hand side. Does it say agents on your screen, Krista?
Mine does, yeah.
Okay, so instead of agents, we're gonna click this websites button.
Okay.
Nate, did you see Jen's message?
Yeah, I don't have the button to click on when I click on edit subdomain.
It's in there, it says go here. You have to actually click
Yeah.
it.
I see edits, so
So there's no actual button.
Yeah, it should be a little like hyperlink where it says go here, and then we click where it says here. Do you have that? Do you see that, Jen?
here.
Yeah, I just don't have anything in that bar there. Like
Oh,
above
in
it?
here?
Yeah,
That should be okay.
okay,
Yeah, that shouldn't matter. That's just saying that like you only have one option to choose from. So, um, that's fine.
okay, just making sure.
Yeah, good question though.
So that's why I'm confused.
So Nate,
Yes.
we were just talking, if like, for example, we have a GoDaddy URL and we go into GoDaddy and we have GoDaddy forward it to Krista Blankley .therightagents.ca.
It comes up to our Remax page, like I just did it, I just typed in.
Yeah. What does this do then?
So,
What's the
yes, I mean,
difference? I guess?
yeah, great question. It all comes down to search engine optimization or SEO. So if you go through the paid route, doing it the way this vanity domain way, it'll make it so that when people are going to natehartman.ca, it'll make it so that the natehartman.ca is the more popular link versus people going to natehartman.ca and then get forwarded to natehartman.remax.ca. So you add more search engine optimization when you connect them using this method. Forwarding it definitely works, don't get me wrong, but you just won't be as high up on the Google search results if you have it forwarded because you're technically just pushing your website to another website as opposed to changing your website as a whole. Definitely confusing. Does that make any sense at all, or am I crazy?
Well, it makes it, I understand it now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
it's
we're just wondering what this was doing, what we were doing with this.
yeah, so this just makes your Google search results a little bit better and more favorable in the eyes of the consumer. I guess is how I would boil it down. Do they both work? Sure, absolutely. But yeah, just a little bit different in the search results. Good question. One thing I do want to cover that's not necessarily websites, but it is really important to know and to have is the mobile app for MaxTech powered by KV Core. You guys aren't sitting at a computer screen like I am, 8 hours a day? So you guys are definitely on the go more than I am. So to download the correct mobile app, we're going to go to the home button. To go to the home button, you either click this hodgepodge of rectangles and squares, or you can click the top left, the MaxTech X. They'll both do the same thing. One thing to note quickly before I go to mobile apps is that this BT Pro, this stuff you guys won't have, and that's fine. I mean, that's by design. This BT Pro thing, all of it's just something that the test accounts have. So it's functionality if you pay for it, but I don't want to get into that too much. So it is normal to not have this stuff on your page. But during the home screen here, we're going to click this download mobile app button on the top right. And it'll actually give us mobile app as well as open house app. So really important thing about the mobile app is that this link, MaxTech powered by KV Core mobile app, this link takes you to the actual Remax branded KV Core, so MaxTech powered by KV Core. If you just type in KV Core on your App Store or Google Play, you're probably going to get the standalone KV Core, which is not connected to Remax. You'll probably have a pretty tough time logging in. This way, you'll get the download to the correct mobile app. And then once you download the app, put in your Max Center credentials, then you'll have access to your the correct mobile app. Easiest way to do that is just scrolling down under download mobile app and then text me iOS link here or text me Android link here, whichever one you have. And that will send you a link directly to the correct application. And then again, that's just your Max Center credentials to log in. Really nice to have, especially because you can get like mobile notification, like push notifications. So new lead comes in and you're on the go, you're in the car or something, you'll get a push notification saying, hey, there's a new, or someone viewed this property, there's a new lead that you have. So that's nice to have instead of digging through your emails. It'll push it directly to your phone. You have a lot of functionality in the mobile app. You just don't have access to like Design Center. So like you can't download and create a feature sheet in the mobile app. I guess if you have an iPad, you can, but for the most part, it's just going to be kind of more of the CRM management stuff and like push notifications and things like that.
So Nate,
Yes.
it says KV Core wants to use okta.com to sign in. This allows the
Yes.
app. Yeah.
Yep. OKTA is our email verification people.
Oh.
Yeah. They're called Okta. They're actually really nice people, so. Yeah, just the Max Center credentials, it should let you right in. And then you'll probably be asked a couple questions, like just a couple setup things, but very similarly, if you scroll down, I know you guys are probably messing with the mobile app, the KV Core mobile app here, but it's the same functionality to download the Open House app. The Open House app is really handy, especially if you're in a place with not too great of service. So maybe it's an open house in a more rural area and doesn't have great service. So if people use this as a sign-in, like with an iPad or something at the front door, and it'll get stored in the application, and then their contact info will, and then that contact info will be automatically uploaded into your CRM with a specific hashtag, so you know what lead came from what open house. Pretty helpful tool to have as well. And same way to download it. So if you just text yourself a link, you should get a link right away, and everyone's cell phone's probably already entered into their profile. So any questions on downloading the apps or how the apps work? I assume everyone's probably doing stuff with their mobile app right now.
Trying to make it work, while we have you.
Yeah.
Sorry, where do I get that link again? I'm in marketing and then under,
For the mobile app download.
yeah,
So if you go, I mean, you can go to marketing, but the easiest way to do it is just to go to the home page
oh,
and then download mobile app in the top right.
okay.
And then just
Text me. Okay,
and then
oh, that's the one I want.
I know we only have like 10 minutes left, so I guess we'll just keep it open just to questions and all that fun stuff. I won't go over anything new unless you guys want me to, but yeah. How's spring market? Is it crazy?
Wouldn't say that, no.
it's interesting.
It's an interesting.
Is it inventory just scarce as well for you guys?
No, inventory's getting more. I think just buyers are taking way more time to buy.
Mm, timid buyers, love that.
All right, does anyone have any questions for Nate? Nate the Great?
Mhm.
Thank you for your time, Nate. It's
Yeah,
helpful.
absolutely. Absolutely. My pleasure.
Jen, do you have any
Thanks,
questions?
Nate. No, I don't.
Okay.
And if you guys do, I mean, I am a broker solutions is what program I'm in. So technically you do have to go through Krista and Michelle. And I work with them pretty much exclusively. But if you guys have any one-offs, just let your brokers know and then they can let me know. We can go from there. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful to you guys and got something out of it.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Nate. Yeah.
Absolutely. Alrighty, well, I'll